Sonia to our stage. All right. Sonia is an elite seller with the Pampered Chef who in 2012 sold over $125,000 worth of Pampered Chef products. That means she averages about $12,000 in sales every single month. Pretty awesome, wouldn't you say? Her top month last year was a mere $18,858 in sales. Simply amazing. Take it away, Sonia.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I want to welcome everybody first to Judy's cooking show. And I'm going to start off, before getting started with my cooking show, I would like to take a minute to talk to you a little bit about what I think makes my cooking shows successful. And that is host coaching. I feel that host coaching is probably one of the most important things that you could do. For me, I find that it gives me higher attendance and sales. So I would like to share just a few tips of what I tell my hosts to host coach. First, I coach my host to over-invite. And Judy, I didn't know you had so many friends. My goodness, she invited a lot of people. And I encourage all of my hosts to do reminder calls. I do most of the reminder calls for my host. And I encourage them to get a lot of outside orders. It's something I say to them probably at least 10 times before I get to their house, is to get lots of outside orders. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our cooking show. And I start off by thanking my host. So I want to thank Judy for having me. And I have a gift for you. Thank you so much. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and what got me started in the Pampered Chef. I was introduced to the company about 12 years ago when I went to my very first party, and I fell in love with this. Oh my gosh, who has this? Woo! I love this. You can chop everything, chicken, nuts. So after my first party, I never dreamed I would be standing here. I really wanted to be the tooth fairy or a doctor. I got to be one of those. Anyway, after my party, my husband and I, about 5 years after, had decided to adopt a baby from Guatemala. So my Pampered Chef consultant helped me do some fundraising to bring her home. Brought her home in November of 2004, got laid off from my job as a medical assistant a week before Christmas. I stayed home almost a year as a full-time mom. I loved every second of it. But we could not afford for me to be at home, so my husband's actually the one who talked me into doing this. And I was like, oh my gosh, after I signed up, I couldn't even believe I did it, because I could not speak in front of people. I actually dropped out of college because I could not take the college speech class. So I thought I would just make him happy and do my first 4 parties, and I would be on my way to something else. But I took all the online trainings, I made lots of note cards, and when I got through my first 4 parties, I realized, oh my gosh, I just got paid to read off the note cards, and everyone else helped me do the cooking. I could probably do this. So I decided to stick with it, and as fate would have it, I ended up getting called back to my job as a medical assistant. I went back, I did both jobs for about 2 years because we had decided to adopt our second daughter, again from Guatemala. So everything I made from Pampered Chef brought her home. We brought her home in March of 2007, and that June I was to go back to my job. I decided I had enough. I really wanted to be that stay-at-home mom. So I decided to quit my job and do this full-time. I've now been with the Pampered Chef for 7.5 years, coming up on 1,000 cooking shows, and I never dreamed that I could have so much. So of course I have pictures of my girls. This is why I do this. My girls are now 6 and 8. Abigail, my oldest, was placed in my arms when she was 6 months old, and Miley, my youngest, was placed in my arms a day after her first birthday. So we're going to go ahead, and everybody has your catalog, and you have some flyers in your catalog. I'm going to have you go ahead and open that up, and your first flyer in your catalog is white, and this is the host special for February. So whenever you spend $60 before tax and shipping tonight, you're going to get one of our batter bowls. We're going to talk about it a little bit later, but it's an awesome tool, and you're going to want to have this. The next flyer you have is purple. This is your March host special. I'm currently scheduling all of my parties into March, and I'm really super excited about the host special. Next month, you can get our mandolin, our food chopper, our manual food processor, or simple slice for 60% off. So just real quick, I'm going to have you guys take a look at your flyer, and I want you to go over it with me. So somebody shout out, if you had your party right now tonight and you wanted that mandolin, how much would it cost? Mary, oh my gosh, $66? But if you hosted your show next month, it's only going to be $26.40. What about that manual food processor we're going to talk about later? $49, and whenever you host your party next month, it's going to be $19.60. And the food chopper is $32 tonight. Next month, it's going to be $12.80. And the simple slice, it's a must-have. Today it costs $30. Next month it's going to be $12.
Oh my goodness.
So go ahead and open your catalogs to page 2 and 3. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what Judy's going to get for hosting her party tonight. And this is what you're going to get whenever you host yours in March. This is everything you get. Oh my gosh! I didn't mean to scare you. So an average host gets between $100 and $200 worth of free Pampered Chef products, up to 4 half-price products, discounted products up to 30%. What I love about our host program is you never pay full price for anything as a host. You get free shipping, the monthly host special, we just talked about that for March, the booking benefits, so whenever you host your party, that means Judy's going to get that at 60% off at your show. You also get 10% off for an entire year. So as a Pampered Chef host, you're not going to pay full price for an entire year. You can also start your business and join me for $20 or $40 less by using your free product value towards the new consultant kit. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and turn to page 2 and 3 of your catalog. This talks a little bit about what I do. I do this so I can be a stay-at-home mom, but not everybody does it for that reason. Some people do it to pay house payments, car payments, credit card debts. So this is just a little bit of information, and if you look on page 2 and 3, you can see the 2 kits you can start your business with. The $80 kit and the $159 kit. This month, whenever you start your business by the end of February, you can get 50% back. So that means you can start your business for as little as $40 once you qualify as a consultant. So at checkout, I would love to give you more information about this. I've also included a couple of my commission checks in here. I love to show everybody these because this is really about you and what your needs are for your family. So in here I've included a commission check from January 2007 when I was working as a medical assistant. And then this is a commission check as a director with the company. So you can see the difference. Who likes to travel? Woo! Who would love to go for free? All of us, right? So I've earned some trips with the Pampered Chef over the years. And we've gone to the Riviera in Mexico, we've gone to Disney, Hawaii, we went on a Mediterranean cruise. This year we're going to Los Cobos, and next year I have my sights set on Punta Cana. I have to tell you that my oldest daughter has informed me that I'm never allowed to quit my job. She loves to stay in fancy hotels. I also have some information about fundraising. So if you're interested in fundraising, I'd love to tell you more about that when you check out. Also, I'm going to have everyone go ahead and fill out their order forms, and we're going to go ahead and fill out the top with your name, address, and phone number. And at the bottom, does everybody see where it says grand total? Right above grand total, it says round your order up. That is where we can round your order up to the food bank. So if you'd like to round up, I'm going to have you put a circle around that heart, and if not, go ahead and put an X through your heart, and we won't round you up.
That is
We also have a couple other products that help the Feeding America program. One is our cork trivets for the Round Up to the Heart program. $2 of this purchase goes to the Feeding America program. And we also have our cookbook for our cause. $1 from this purchase goes to the Feeding America program. So these products are great because they're not only good for gift giving or for yourself, but you're also helping someone else. All right, so you guys ready to get started? Woo! All right, so I forgot to thank all of you for coming. And my name is Sonia King, and I will be your pampered chef for tonight and for the rest of your life. But we're going to go ahead and get started with our stoneware. And we're going to turn to page 37. And on page 37 is our stoneware. How many of us own stoneware? Woo! All right. All right, so the pizza stone is a great stone. It's probably one of the more popular ones. If you're going to add to your collection or start your collection, I think the bar pan is one of my favorite stones anyway. And I love this for everything. Chicken nuggets, french fries, cookies, just you name it, I love this stone. I go from breakfast to dinner. And some of the breakfast things I can make on here are pancakes. You can pour your pancake batter right on there. Place it in the oven on 350 degrees, cook it for 15 to 20 minutes, bring it out, cut it with your pizza cutter, and you have SpongeBob square cakes, pancakes. Kids are gonna love it, right? Also bacon. How many of us cook bacon on top of the stove? Oh, and it's splattering, we have a mess, there's grease everywhere. I can put a pound of bacon on here, place it in the oven on 400 degrees, bring it out 15 to 20 minutes later, never flipped it, and it's the best bacon ever. So what's great about stoneware is we don't really have to flip things. You put it in, you bring it out. I'm kind of spoiled, actually. I'm afraid to cook on metal now. So for lunch, what could we make? Grilled cheese sandwiches. I can put my grilled cheese sandwiches on my bar pan, place them in the oven at 350 degrees, bring them out 15 to 20 minutes later, and they're done on both sides. I never had to flip them. Dinner? What about some chicken breast with one of our rubs? No need to marinate, just place your rubs on there, place them in the oven, dinner's done. So your bar pan is the most versatile and because it has the sides. So I do everything on this piece. The other piece that I'd love for you to take a look at is the deep covered baker. Anybody own it? Yay! Who would love to make meals in 30 minutes or less? Who wants to be better than Rachel Ray? All right. Who's driving home from work and you're thinking, oh my gosh, what's for dinner again? It's easier to pull through the drive-thru, right? So what if I told you you can make meals in 30 minutes or less? Some of the meals that I love to make are the 30-minute chicken, where I can take a whole 3 to 4 pound chicken, place it in my deep covered baker, place it in the microwave for 30 minutes, bring it out. It's falling off the bone and juicy. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh my gosh, chicken in the microwave? But once you see it, you're not going to believe it. What about a pork tenderloin? How long does that usually take to cook in the oven? I can cook mine in 12 minutes. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Pasta dishes, under 30 minutes. So there's so many different ways we can use our deep covered baker. My family, we're always on the go. We have sports going on. So we're run. So we had dinner on the table yesterday, right? Did many of you feel that way? So Pampered Chef came out with a cookbook for our deep covered baker. And you can see in here some of the recipes that are 30 minutes or less. It does go in the oven as well, so no worries there. So this is going to be a great guide. In the back cover, it tells you about our cooking times for your meats, so you can check there for a guide for that. The best way to get your deep covered baker is by hosting a show. Getting it for free or half price is a great way to get that piece. All right, so we're going to go ahead in our stainless steel mixing bowl. This is our medium bowl of the set. They come in 2, 4, and 6. I love this because it doesn't slide around. How many of us have that bowl when we're mixing, it's going around in a circle? Well, this one's not going to do that because it has the non-skid bottom, has a place for my thumb, measurements, comes with a lid. So in here we already have our cheese and our chicken. I'm just going to scoop it on top here. All right, what about the scrapers? What a great thing. Who owns the scrapers? Woohoo! All right, so what I love about these is they're not going to stain, they're not going to melt. Does anybody have that spatula where you're stirring your batter and all of a sudden you're holding the handle? You no worries, because these are fused together. So they're not going to stain, they're not going to burn, and they're 650 degrees heat safe. If you turn to page 5 in your catalog, You can get the entire collection whenever you host a party at 50% off. So they're going to be $29.50 for all 5 of them. All right. So the next product I want to tell you about is probably one of the most popular products in your kitchen, and I feel sometimes it's the most overlooked product. I know a lot of you out there are going to tell me tonight that you don't cook. Who doesn't cook? We hear that a lot. So, one of the products that I feel everyone should invest in is a cutting board. So, this is what works with your knives, your food choppers. This is what keeps everything sharp. This particular cutting board has silicone here, so it's not going to slide around on your cutting. Anybody have that cutting board where you're like chasing it and you're cutting? And this side, how many of us are dreaming about summer? Yes? All right. So watermelon. I can cut a watermelon. This holds 3/4 of a cup of juice. I don't have to worry about that juice running all over my counter now. This one actually fits over the side of your double sink. So cutting board is one of the most important things that you want to keep in mind to have in your kitchen. The next thing I think that I consider a power tool, along with my cookware, is my cutlery. How many of our husbands out there buy power tools? Okay, how many of them only use it one time? Or they never use it? So, these are tools that we're going to use every day in the kitchen. So these are our power tools and they're worth investing in. So I love the Santoku knife. This is part of our Forged Cutlery collection. This is a well-balanced knife. Okay, it has a full tang, so it starts here, ends here. The most used knife in your kitchen, if you want to start off your collection, is the Forged, the utility, thank you, lost my train of thought. This one has hollow recesses, so when you're chopping, dicing, and mincing, the food flies away from the knife. A Santoku knife is actually a little bit thinner of a knife because this is what's going to help you slice into thin slices. So we're going to go ahead and cut our pepper up. We're going to take it and put it in here, and we're going to squeeze some citrus, or lemon, right in here. 2 ways you can use a citrus press. You can take a lime, place it right in here, and squeeze it in, and it turns inside out. If your lemon or lime's a little bit larger, you can place it in sideways and squeeze it like this, so the juice flows right into there. All right, so remember the batter bowl that I said you could get at 60% off this month? This is the Mom batter bowl. Dad is the 8 cup, Mom is the 4 cup. They had babies, 6 of them. They all come with lids, so I love these because they store. I also call them the bachelor bowl because they have the refrigerator, dishwasher, microwave, and freezer. So whenever you spend $60, you're going to get this for free. We also have the cousins, which are the 2 cup, and the aunts and uncles, which are the 3 cup. So like I said, they all come with lids. All right, so I'm going to add some rub in here. This is the Jamaican jerk rub. Does anybody own any of our rubs and seasonings? We have a great pantry selection. I love our sauces. One of my favorite sauces is the raspberry habanero. I love it over cream cheese. We have a great selection of rubs. And like I said earlier, no need to marinate whenever you use a rub. All right, so we're just going to pour this on top of here. And then we're going to snip up some of our cilantro. All right, so cilantro is kind of a love-hate relationship. Did you know that you can replace cilantro with parsley? It's not going to be that strong flavor like you would want, but you can still replace it with parsley. All right, we're going to use our kitchen shears. Did you guys know that the kitchen shears have a built-in metal bottle cap opener on the side? So we're just going to snip this up. I kind of find this therapeutic, actually, when I'm chopping this up. Oh, by the way, my daughter cut her hair for the 5th time with these. Yes, she really did. She couldn't find any other scissors, so they do cut hair, just in case you needed to know that. All right, so we're going to take, oh, I forgot to use my manual food processor. All right. All right, so I could take my peppers and put them in here. And I don't tell my food chopper, but I'm cheating on him. Fell in love with the manual food processor. I love this because it's 3 cup. It does a larger amount, so onions, green peppers, broccoli. What I love about it is I am in control of the consistency of how it comes out. So if it's going to be fine, if it's going to be coarse, I'm in control of that. So I just put everything in there. If I hit it a couple times, it's going to be coarse. If I hit it a lot of times, it's going to be fine. Who has a food processor that they just hate to pull out? It's big, it's bulky, it's hard to clean. So this goes right into your dishwasher. You can just wipe off the lid. It's easy. Great for salsa. The next party, we can do Mexican margarita night. This makes a killer tomato salsa. So I do theme shows, lots of different theme shows. I do Mexican margarita night, pajama night. I just have to tell you real quick about a pajama night that I did. I was afraid I was going to be the only one in my pajamas. Until I showed up with the lady who had the flap in the back. Oh yeah. All right, the simple slice. We also have a mandolin. The mandolin has 4 blades. They're interchangeable. The simple slice is just a little bit simpler. It's functional, it's easy to use. It has 3 settings, 1 blade, great for slicing fruits and veggies. Makes mealtime and prep time easy. So how many of us were having a cookout and we want to do maybe some potatoes for some fried potatoes, and we're standing there and we're slicing all the potatoes by hand? Did you ever ask yourself why you're doing that? What about tomatoes or onions for your burgers that you're going to be having? So this is going to be so fast and easy. So I'm going to just set this on setting 2. We're going to do a lime today, and I'm just going to slice this up. Oh my gosh, isn't that amazing? All right. All right. I think we got it all now. So we're just going to put this. Isn't this beautiful, by the way? The jerk chicken nachos is what we made. I never told you. Sorry. Okay, so just to recap just a little bit, so whenever you host your party in March, the mandolin is going to be $26.40. The simple slice, which we talked about, is only going to be $12. The food chopper, $12.80, or you could choose the manual food processor for $19.60. So don't forget, whenever you host your show in March, not only will you get this, but Judy also gets to pick one too. And I know she really wanted this manual food processor. All right, so we're going to go ahead and finish up, and we are going to play one of my games. And we're going to play a game called Pass the Product. And how we play this game is I have a product, and I'm going to have you guys ask me questions about my job. You can ask me anything you want. And whoever asks me the first question, I'm going to hand you the product, and you're going to hold on to it until the next person asks me a question, no matter where they're at in the room. I'm going to set a timer. Now, the reason why I do this is because by looking at you, I don't know who could use an extra $400 or $500 a month. Who's struggling with a house payment, a car payment, a credit card debt, or who just simply wants to get out of the house for a night and make some extra income. I have some people on my team who have personally inspired me over the years. I have a retired school teacher on my team who joined because she didn't want to go back to tutoring. She didn't want to have that schedule. She wanted to help her son get through college, so she started her own Pampered Chef business. I have someone else on my team who joined because her son had a lot of medical bills, and she just simply could not afford to pay them. So people from all different walks of life, and none of us do it for exactly the same reasons. So we're going to go ahead and ask questions, and we're going to set the timer. All right. Oh, Mary, you have a question? Oh, how much time do I spend at a show? That's a great question. What I love about this is it's really up to you. Usually my presentation's about 45 minutes, so I'm going to about 2.5 hours. But it's really up to you. Oh, Susie, do you need to know how to cook? Oh, before this, I was the queen of frozen foods. So no, if you can read a recipe, you can certainly do this. Judy, oh, that's a great question. How much does it cost to get started? Go ahead and turn to page 2 and 3 again, and you can check out those kits. We have an $80 kit and the $159 kit. But don't forget, whenever you start in February, you get 50% rebate back on those kits once you qualify as a consultant. So you can start for as little as $40. What you don't see on those pages are the support that you're going to get and all the online training that's available to you. Oh, Judy, you just won! Oh my gosh, you get to keep the prize. Yay! All right, so we're going to finish off with the door prize slip. And I'm going to ask everyone to fill one of these out: name, address, phone number, email. Email because I do send out a monthly newsletter. You're going to hear from me about one time a month. In my newsletter, you're going to get kitchen tips, upcoming recipes, and specials. I'm also going to have you check some of these questions at the bottom. If you would like to learn more about earning additional income, check yes or maybe here. I would love to give you some more information at checkout. I'm not going to tie myself to your bumper and go home with you. If you would love it all, if your wallet is saying no, but your heart is saying yes, host a party. Like I said, we could do a fun theme show, margarita night. We could do a grill party. So lots of different things we could do. So go ahead and check it there, and we'll hook you up with a date tonight because we want to make sure Judy gets credit for your hosting your party. If you'd like any additional income, or additional information, just go ahead and check it there, and we'll hook you up at the end. All right, so again, I think we should give Judy a big round of applause for being such an awesome host. Woo! And I would again like to thank all of you for coming. I hope that you will consider me your Pampered Chef for life and call upon me with all your Pampered Chef needs. Thank you. Didn't she do an amazing job?
Awesome. She is awesome, don't you think? Wow. That was awesome. You know, every time I go to a Pampered Chef show, I learn something new, and this was no different. I love, you know, stop cheating on your food shopper. Oh my goodness. Really, thank you, Sonia, so much for taking the time to prepare. That is not as easy as you think it is to do, to actually do a cooking show without cooking and without guests in front of you. So thank you so very much for sharing. I know every single person in the room was able to take something home that they're going to even be able to make their business even better and stronger as we go into the spring season. Now, I have to tell you though, I noticed that you used a lot of products over here on this table. There's plenty of them there, and Erica just told me that we have no way of taking those products home. So Patty and I thought it might be fun if we three gave those products away. What do you think?
I think